One. Yeah, I know. Most people, why are you doing another one, you know? You're doing so many. Well, just like Riptide says, I don't have a personal life, so pretty much I'm just gonna be doing this for a long time. And it's pretty boring because most of the time nobody's gonna be here. So it's like, why are you doing it? And I'm like, well, I still have these videos on my channel after, so people could just watch them and just watch me talk. It's pretty satisfying. So, how's your day? Okay. That's cool. That's cool. Sorry, sometimes I just move the camera just to make sure that it's not frozen. Because sometimes, it'll be completely frozen. And it just doesn't work, so I'll just do that. So, yeah. But, pretty much, yesterday's been a pretty eventful and fateful day in my brick film career. I ended up letting go some people. You guys know who. I'm going to explain that story in full now, and explain what happened and who I let go. So, Riptide Blade 927 Studios, he's a YouTuber, and I'm going to be referring him as Riptide from now on. Okay, so basically, Riptide had commented some nice and friendly comments on some of my videos, and so I'm like, okay, cool. And basically, what he did was, then he commented on one of my videos saying, "Hey, do you want to?" And actually, no, yeah. So basically, he says, "Hey, do you want to join, like, making this like big universe, basically?" So I'm like, oh, well, but the thing is, the problem is that like, um, I had already been planning on making this big universe with my Lego, and DC. This was Marvel, and yeah, sure, they're two different things, but I just can't manage both of them at the same time. That's just a little too much to put on my plate, while also consistently uploading other videos. I can only do two of them, not three of them. So basically, I said okay because I'm kind of like too nice, I guess. So essentially, we started working together on it, and what happened was like, well, like, I keep losing my train of thought. Sorry. So what happened was, we're working on this Lego Marvel universe, right? And then he explains to me that there's a bunch of other people in it. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't want it to be a bunch of other people because nobody's gonna take me seriously. You know, I didn't tell him that, but like that's just what I thought. So basically, he says, so what we're doing is a DC and Marvel crossover. We're gonna work on a DC brick film, and then we're gonna work on a Marvel brick film, and then we're gonna cross them over. And so I'm like, okay, are there any other brick films in this series? And he says, yeah. Here's a big lineup of them. And basically he shows me this huge lineup, and then he says, yeah, so we're making this one in what, 2019? And I didn't understand why they were planning that far ahead. That's just absolutely stupid. And so, like, sorry, I have to clear my throat a little bit. So basically, what happened is like he's like, okay, then if the lineup is like that and you don't like it like that, then why don't we just create our own DC universe? I'm screwed at this point because now I know that I can't do my DC universe that I've been planning on doing. But I was too nice, so I kept saying, yeah, yeah, that's fine. Um, and essentially, he kept, he, you know, he, I keep losing my train of thought. Sorry. Okay. So I never told him this, but he's told dilemma was going on. Um, so yeah, um, and it really sucked, honestly. Um, because I never told him that, just because I didn't, I don't want to like hurt his feelings or anything. So what I tried to do was I tried to like manipulate the setting to make the universe that I planned to make. The only problem being that I wasn't in charge this time. Riptide was. And so, yeah. And so essentially what happened was, I have to keep clearing my throat. Sorry. Well, what essentially happened was, we hired a bunch of other people, and we I'm not gonna say their names, but I mean, I'm sure that they'd be fine with me mentioning their names, but I don't know. I actually don't even know how this like being polite stuff works. I don't even know why I'm not mentioning their names, but whatever. Basically, so like we recruited some people, right? They and we all came to a decision that I'm writing the scripts, right? You know, so I'm writing the scripts. They are or sorry, no, I'm not. No, we're all writing the scripts, but I'm animating and editing the videos. You know, I'm like taking them, putting them into action, because I have the most open schedule. Because like Riptide said, I have no life, and basically, you know, so I have an open schedule. So you know, and you know, we need to keep it consistent. We need to keep the animation consistent because if it's like one video is good, one video is terrible, um, you know, then that's gonna be bad. And I'm not saying who's terrible. I'm not saying I'm not terrible, but yeah. So what ends up happening is so Riptide starts writing some scripts, right? I'm like, all right, I'll check them out later, and we'll see what you can do, right? We were doing this with everyone else too, but yeah, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about that. So basically, Riptide starts writing his scripts, and he turns some in, and lo and behold, they were bad. And this, like, completely destroyed me. Because, like, I had wanted to make this DC universe for so long, and now I know that I'm stuck doing this one without being able to do my dream one with bad scripts, with people who can't write stories. So I was, oh no, you know? So I kept trying to help him improve, you know, help him improve on his craft and everything. But like it just never came around. Every single time he'd revert back to his old ways, and he kept saying, "Yeah, I'm on the game, right?" And I had to say yes because I'm too nice. But I mean, like, if I had said no, it wouldn't be a lie, because every single one was bad, and every single one was worse than the one before it. So it was just really, really saddening. Um, just to see that. So basically, yeah. But we still had a good writer on the team. I'm not gonna say his name, even though he probably doesn't care at all. Basically, we had one good writer, and I'm sure you could find out who the writer is if you just like go on some of my earlier live streams. But basically, this other writer, I was talking to him about this dilemma, and basically, he said, "All right, why don't we give him one last chance? Tell him to make one last brick film, and don't like, because Riptide had been saying that he was improving this whole entire time, and he had not been. He had been lying, or he had just been subconsciously thinking that he was, you know, or maybe just not knowing. So basically, we said, all right, he thinks he's so good. He thinks he's the hot stuff. Why don't we give him one last chance? Why don't we, like, don't give him any 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 ideas. Don't give him any like, don't interact with him, in terms of the brick film, and don't say that it's a test brick film." I ended up saying that it was a test brick film just because I kind of like I wanted him to know, which I probably shouldn't have, but it didn't change anything. Because the reason we didn't want to tell him that it was a test to see if he would stay in or not was because if you had learned that it's your last chance, you would try a lot harder to make it good than you would if you just randomly got an assignment. So we wanted to see how good he could do if like on the regular, you know? But I ended up slipping up and I told him that it was like I ended up telling him that it was his test. Cuz I didn't want him to make any excuses if he failed. And I kept hope. I gave him the benefit of the doubt, but I knew at the same time he wasn't going to pass. And I said, "Hey, so like I know that this sounds like really fast, but like your deadline is 2 days. Can you make it?" And he said, "Yeah, yeah, sure, that's fine." And a week later, you know, it still hasn't been turned in. So I'm like, you know what, you're out of here. Like we've been waiting for so long. And then someone tells me, oh yeah, he was on vacation. I'm like, yeah, but he told me that he could make the deadline. He should have known beforehand that he was going on vacation. Your parents don't just tell you, oh yeah, we're going on vacation, like all of a sudden. Like, no, they don't do that. They give you like a month in advance. I mean, unless your parents are like weird like that, then I don't know what to tell you. Because that's just weird. And so basically, I tell him that he's off the, no, but originally, the other person that I had talked about, um, was going to tell him the news that he was off the team, but he didn't have like a direct DM to Riptide. So basically, you know, Riptide, I had to tell a Riptide, which was bad because, you know, I'm the one he would get the most mad at if you know. And I think the main reason why I left is not just because of this not just because of my dream DC universe, but because let's be honest, Riptide is not good at making brick films. And the problem is that he thinks that I'm amazing at making brick films. I'm not saying that I am. I'm just saying that he thinks that. And so what ended up happening was he is essentially using me so that he can plaster his name all over my work. And I absolutely hate people who do that because it's just so rude and parasitical. It makes me angry because he's taking advantage of me and he's using my work to put, to say that, oh yeah, I was collaborating with this, but he really didn't. And the thing is that like he's using my work just to prove to everyone that he's good. That shouldn't be there at all. And that's the main reason why I left. And so, I didn't leave, but I mean that's the main reason why we decided to kick him out. This wasn't just a thing that I told him, yeah, you're out. Like, I didn't just kick him out. Everyone agreed that we are gonna kick him out. It wasn't just a one-man thing. So then he starts getting angry at me because I told him, yeah, sorry, we gotta let you go. He starts saying things like, yeah, I was on vacation, I'm just like, yeah, but you said that you could make the deadline, and then he's just like, yeah, but that's stupid. I'm like, no, it's not. And then I keep saying, like, dude, stop, like, dude, what are you doing? And he keeps screaming at me. He wasn't screaming at me, but you could tell that he was crying on the other side of the Hangouts message. But basically, well, essentially, he says that I don't have a personal life, I don't have a social life, I don't have a life in general. And then he just says that I let down all my friends. So that was annoying, because like he doesn't understand, but it's his fault. He doesn't understand that. He thinks it's my fault, when really he just can't improve on his craft. And if he can't improve on his craft, I'm not going to be the one waiting for him when he comes crawling back to me like a little. So yeah, the problem is that now I'm probably gonna have one less subscriber, and I don't like having one less subscriber. Not because I like the quantity of the fans, but just because having people who just comment on my videos. He was one of the people who commented on my videos and said nice, empty blank comments like that don't even mean anything to me, but it's still supportive, He was one of those people, so now I have one less of those guys, so that sucks. And so I decided, now that the thing is filled with people who are good at writing and good at creating and storytelling, that is what I wanted for my dream DC universe. And now I think I can finally I think I can turn this, what we were working on, which I didn't want to be a part of, into what I wanted to be a part of. So I started transferring all the scripts that I had for my dream DC universe, putting them into this one, because this is the dream DC universe now. I'm so glad that we let him go, because honestly, he was just a boot on our neck, and it was so annoying. He was holding us back. and it wasn't acceptable. So, but yeah. So now we're looking for more recruits. The only problem is that no brick filmers are good at writing. That's why I made the video how to write a good brick film, just so some people could see it and get better. Not for our benefit, but for theirs. Because we don't take other people's work and take advantage of them like some people do. So, yeah. That's really all I had to say. That was all like the material that I had for a conversation. I was waiting for someone to join, and that way we could take it from there. But nobody's come. Yeah, literally nobody's come. That's bad. Well, I guess final thoughts on Riptide. When I felt bad originally for wanting for going to kick him out, but now I just don't, because he was an absolute jerk to me on the Hangouts message. I would show you it, but I can't, because I mean, one, he'd probably get pissed at me. Two, I don't even have my phone. And yeah. If you don't believe me, then I mean that's fine. I have nothing to prove to you anyways, so whatever. But yeah, so I guess this is the end of that conversation. I was hoping that people would join, but no, nobody did. Maybe I could just stop the stream now and just rename it The Legend of Riptide. No, he hasn't quit YouTube yet. And I say yet because I really think that he's gonna be one of those kids who quits YouTube. He just seems like it. One of those kids who can't take criticism, can't take the fact that you're not good at brick filming, can't take that fact that you're good for nothing, can't take the fact that he's never going to improve because he never listens, can't take the fact that he's annoying as hell, can't take the fact that he's a burden, can't take the fact, you understand the point. That was too far, but I don't really care. He called me names, I can call him back, so whatever. But, moral of the story is, don't bully people just because you're bad at something. Yeah. So, I guess we'll just find some more material to talk about something. I announced that I was going to go live, but nobody came. So I guess I'll just be waiting. I think it's because a lot of people live in different time zones, so like they're probably still asleep. Yeah. I could just talk about the dream universe that I've started to create. Basically, the dream universe is like it's doing well. The only problem is that we need more writers. We need more people to write the stories and create good ones. And so we don't have that right now. So yeah. It's the only problem right now, I guess. I'm actually really surprised that nobody's come. But yeah, I told everyone I was live, so I have to let them stay. Or come, I mean. So I have to stay so that they can come. So yeah, but I'm really glad that Riptide is out of the picture, because now we can move forward as a team. We're recruiting some new people. Lego Team Builder is in it. He's kind of a tool, but whatever. Lego Team Builder, yeah, he's still in the trial phases. He's still writing a script. He's like, basically what we decided to do is, like, everyone who comes in, they have to write a test script, so like just to see if they can write good. And if they fail, if they don't meet the deadline, then they're out. If they pass and it's good, then they're in. And it seems like a really high standard of criteria, but the reason that we're doing this, did it pause again? Yeah, this happens a lot.